Title: A Grand Disappointment. My nightmare at NH Marina Portimão Resort. Scene opens with soft, melancholic piano music. The camera pans over a postcard-perfect marina sunset hues, boats bobbing gently. Then a slow zoom into a tired-looking hotel facade. The voiceover begins soft, wistful, tinged with the weight of betrayal. Me voice trembling, but sweetly resigned. Oh, my darlings, gather close, for I must tell you a tale of woe. A tale of expectations, those fragile, glittering things shattered upon the jagged rocks of NH Marina Portimão Resort. Cut to a close-up of my hands, clutching a crumpled reservation printout. I arrived, my heart alight with dreams of luxury. 4 stars, a resort. I imagined crisp linens, staff who smiled, perhaps a complimentary mint upon my pillow. But no, my loves, no, the room. A symphony of disgust. Camera pushes into the dimly lit roomants marching in formation across the nightstand, a suspicious stain on the mirror. Me whispering, horrified, the ants. Oh, the ants. Not just one or two, no, an entire civilization thriving in the crevices of what was meant to be my sanctuary. And the smell damp, like a cellar forgotten by time. The air conditioning, a cruel joke. A wheezing relic that coughed out despair instead of cool air. Close-up of me pressing the thermostat buttons frantically, then slumping in defeat. Me voice rising in despair. 3 times I begged for help. 3 times. And what did I receive? Silence, a void where customer service should have been. The theft, a betrayal of trust. Flashback sequence, delicate jewelry laid carefully on the dresser. Then empty space, a slow zoom into my trembling hands, me softly as if confessing a wound. My jewelry gone, vanished after housekeeping's visit, and when I dared to ask, to plead for help, the receptionist looked through me, as if I were a ghost, as if my distress were an inconvenience. Cut to me standing at the front desk, clutching my elbows, voice breaking. Me mocking, bitter, "Go to the police," they said, as if they were not the ones who let a thief walk freely among us. As if I were the one at fault for expecting safety in a place that calls itself 4 stars. The food, a crime against cuisine. Montage of sad, wilted dyspepsia like cardboard, sangria priced like liquid gold. Me laughing darkly, €26 for sangria, 26, and what did it taste like? Regret, cheap fruit drowning in vinegar. The pizza, a tragedy. The garlic bread, a hate crime. Cut to me pushing a plate away, sighing like a disappointed aristocrat. Me whispering, I have eaten better meals at gas stations. The staff, masters of indifference. Slow motion of a receptionist rolling their eyes as I speak. Me voice trembling with faux sweetness. Oh, the staff, such artistry in their apathy, each interaction a masterpiece of how little they cared. Need wine glasses, that LLB €5 for glasses. Because walking 10 minutes to fetch them myself was clearly beneath me. Cut to me clutching my pearls, gasping in exaggerated offense. Me mocking, the audacity, the unmitigated gall, the final insult. No redemption, no remorse.
You know, I'm looking into these super shady crimes near NH Marina Portimo Resort, Portimão, and it's just like, wow. So businesses around there, they're like super tricky, you know. They'll do anything to get your money. So there was this real estate agent, right? She had an office in Portimão, and she was selling properties without the owners even knowing. Can you believe it? She'd use fake documents, and people would pay like over €1 million, thinking they're buying a legit property. And the owners, they had no idea their properties were being sold. It's like, how could you, you know, it's so wrong. I predict the victims were like totally devastated. They probably felt so stupid, you know. They trusted this agent and she just like took advantage of them. And the owners, they must have been so shocked, like, what? My property was sold without my permission. It's just like crazy. And the agent, she probably thought she was like so smart, you know. She got away with it for years, but then the police caught up with her. I bet she's like regretting her life choices right now. Then there was this other group of scammers. They set up fake storefront agencies in Portimão and other nearby towns. They'd stage fake property transactions and forge mortgage documents. They'd get loans from banks and then just like disappear with the money. It's like, how could you do that to people, you know? I predict the victims were like so angry. They probably felt so betrayed, you know. They trusted these agencies and they just got taken advantage of. And the scammers, they probably thought they were like above the law, but they got caught, and now they're facing serious charges. And then there were these storefront agencies in Portimão. They were targeting foreigners, promising them quick holiday home purchases or rentals. But it was all a scam, you know. They'd take the money and then just like vanish. It's like, how could you be so heartless, you know? I predict the victims were like so upset. They probably felt so foolish, you know. They trusted these agencies and they just got taken advantage of. And the scammers, they probably thought they could get away with it, but they got caught and now they're facing the consequences.
The reality of businesses near NH Marina Portimão Resort. Portimão, if you're staying at NH Marina Portimão Resort, you might assume the surrounding businesses match the resort's standards. Unfortunately, that assumption would be wrong. The businesses here, they're a mixed bag of disappointment, neglect, and sometimes outright scams. Let's start with shopping. Aqua Portimão Shopping Center is the kind of place that makes you question if the word shopping was used ironically. It's advertised as pet-friendly, but multiple visitors have been thrown out of stores, even with their dogs hidden in bags. Security cameras, allegedly broken, escalators, out of service for months. And if you're disabled or partially sighted, good luck. There's no functioning escape route if the power fails. One family had to rely on strangers for a piggyback ride down a frozen escalator. That's not just bad service, it's a safety hazard wrapped in apathy. Then there's Martinhal Sagres Family Resort. On paper, it's a dream, luxury for families. In reality, a mosquito-infested, overpriced maze of broken promises. Guests report sewage smells, frozen pizzas served as fine dining, and staff who seem to have been trained in the art of shrugging. One family left after the first night because their child was overheating in a room with broken AC. Another paid €50 for a kids' club, only to find out it was just a patch of grass with zero supervision. If this is a 5-star experience, then a parking lot picnic is Michelin-worthy. Hungry. Maharaja Patiala Tandoori restaurant might tempt you with the promise of Indian cuisine. But what you'll get is a culinary tragedy. Burnt naan, mystery meat portions so small they'd make a mouse complain, and wait times that could qualify as a meditation retreat. One diner waited 90 minutes for food, only to find dead insects dangling above their plate like a twisted garnish. The only thing authentic here is the disappointment. For those seeking fine dining, Ristorante F claims Michelin aspirations. The reality, a masterclass in how to ruin a birthday. Cold food served with colder excuses, waiters who vanish like ghosts, and a manager who blames you for not knowing the unlisted coriander surprise in your dish. One couple watched another table get a birthday cake with fireworks while they were ignored. If neglect had a flavor, this restaurant would bottle it. And then there's no solo agua. A beachfront spot that should be paradise but feels like a poorly scripted reality show. Rude staff, food poisoning risks, and reservations that vanish into thin air. One family of 12 prepaid thousands for ocean view cabanas only to be told, pay more or leave. Another guest found a hair in their fries and was still charged, because apparently hair is a premium topping now. So what's the takeaway? The businesses near NH Marina Portimão Resort are a cautionary tale. They're either poorly managed, outright deceptive,